Ts602 Unit 3 Applied Learning Archive Task 5 Brief Encounter. Using technology to play with audience expectations. Exposing stage artifice. The stagehand, dressed in black, rocking the boat but very visible, is creating the illusion of the boat on water, but also shattering the illusion of reality by exposing how it's done. Look, I've freeze-framed it for you so you can have a good look. The next example of exposing stage artifice is the projection of classy menus onto the back wall to indicate an exclusive establishment with an upmarket air, but also choosing to play with that imagery by merging it with the image of the outside of the establishment. Look closely at the image. You can see soups indicated here, and fish, and the general menu. Now look even more closely and you'll see windows and doors. The exterior of the building is also shown. The information is depicted in layers, which means the other information can be filled in by the audience, but it has also destroyed the illusion of reality that was initially created by the projections. Distorting or challenging the conventions of representation. The stepping from the stage onto the screen transcends the usual boundaries between the two. There is a contrast between the performer as an actor on stage, small with facial expressions not clearly seen, where the voice is projected and movements are larger, and the performer on screen. The performer on screen is far larger. Facial expressions are clearly visible. Movements need to be made smaller, otherwise they will look over the top, where there are sometimes intense close-ups. These different representations rely on the audience making a leap between the two media, but there is also a tension between the two as the actors shift between them and even interact. The audience are encouraged to question how much of the performance is live. The technology is almost in danger of overpowering the performance, but at the same time, for some members of the audience, they will be left questioning and thinking about the liminal spaces between stage and screen. Blurring the lines between fiction and reality. The exploration between what is real and what is not real extends beyond the stage and screen and spills over into the auditorium, with a real live cinema being transformed into a theatre, which is then adapted into a hybrid venue with a big screen, which welcomes the audience in a 1940s style cinema with ushers and music as a completely immersive experience. It's rather like a mirror reflecting a mirror, one image or reconstruction after another, mimicking reality and making copies of copies in layers of simulacra. This exploration continues on the stage. The actors are real, made of flesh and blood, and yet those same actors suddenly reappear as 2D images, and yet the real actors on stage interact with the film images. And the actors on stage are not real. They are playing characters, and again the boundary of reality is crossed when the play opens with two characters in the audience speaking their lines. The boundary between reality and no reality is constantly being challenged, and the technology used is an extension of this, which takes the exploration even deeper or even higher.